until November the 30th. And this is the prediction going forward. This on average 14 storms that are going to be named, 7 hurricanes, 7 category 3 plus. I don't ever pay attention to this. You can if you want to. What Mother Nature kind of dictates what it want to do. So don't get caught in the news and what you see. We want to make sure that we get prepared here and at home. Make sure you have a flashlight. Make sure you have some water, a first aid kit, some matches, a little weather radio. One thing that wasn't added there, make sure you have some money, some cash. Last time we had a major storm, the ATMs weren't working. The ATMs were only giving $400 per transaction. So make sure you have some liquid cash. I do know we experienced some problems with the gas stations. Their machines weren't working. So if you didn't have cash, you couldn't get gas. We have a partnership with 2 gas stations that's on Jewel Road on Dunham, and one that's in Baker. So if we have a hurricane type situation that we're gonna go through, and you need gas, we have 2 locations that usually kind of put us priority. The first priority after the storm is gonna be Demco, Energy, and Cox. They normally have the opportunity to get gas first so they can go out and start getting us back online. But make sure you have some of these supplies. Don't wait until the last minute to get water. Y'all know water is a hot commodity. So if you will, I will start getting a case. If you're a case person, get a case a week, and just stack it up
How many
at home.
cases would you say for a family?
It depends on your level, how much y'all drink. What I normally do is I usually do 8 cases. We want to always prepare for at least 2 weeks of supplies. That's the same thing we do here. We have supplies for 2 weeks, and hopefully we make it and have some kind of refuge when those 2 weeks. This is so small. Typically 7 to 10 days before the storm arrives, we normally have a meeting. We'll call everybody up and kind of go over what's going on with the storm. I want to tell you, please be aware that the news, y'all know now they send all these alerts. Everything you get an alert because the sun's too hot. The patients are going to get those alerts. They're going to be worked up. My motto is, if you don't see me panic, then you don't panic. We're going to make sure that we keep our patients settled. We have a lot of folks that's out of towners and their family is calling. Sometimes folks want to go home and there's no bus. The transportation is down, so they can't get home. But normally 7 days before a storm, we'll come back, we'll meet as a leadership team, come up with our plan. We have a full plan of evacuation. I'm not gonna go through that with you all today. I wanna be as brief as possible so y'all can go back and get to your work. But we have a plan in place. We'll meet with staff, we'll meet with patients, we'll get on one accord. We would go out and get cigarettes early, we'll get medication early. We'll have our food truck delivery for 2 weeks to come early. We'll get our milk early. We'll try to kind of get everything prepared. If the storm doesn't come here, we have 2 weeks supply, we'll deal with it. But we want to always try to prepare for those things early. Watching out for a hurricane watch, that means that the hurricane is available, pretty much. A hurricane warning, that means the hurricane is going to be close. I want everybody, because especially my folks that's from out of town, there's going to be a big alarm because the storm is 190 miles from the Gulf. Ooh, is a big thing. So it's 190 miles per hour. It's 190 miles from the Gulf, but it's also 126 miles from where we are. So normally when a storm comes, unless the eye is coming directly through Progressive, we have some time to prepare. Here's a $5 bonus question, if you can get it. Here's a $5 bonus question. All right, and I'm trying to see how I can pick a person to do this. But normally, when a hurricane is coming, there's a side of the storm that's usually problematic. All right, Jason.
Northeast quadrant.
Northeast quadrant. Why?
Well, I mean, that's But I know that there's a lot of like tornadoes and a lot of rain, in that section, I don't know.
Correct.
exactly.
So the northeast quadrant of the storm, it's usually the part of the storm that's more drastic and damaging. That wasn't the rest of my question, Jason, but thank you for asking. So if we are on the west side of the storm, for example, the storm is coming north, and we're on the west side of the storm, yes, it may be a Category 5 storm. We've had a Category 4 storm that we were on the western quadrant, and we barely got any rain. So it just depends on the storm. If you are not familiar with storms, I like hurricane season. This is my time of year. Because I'm into that. But if I'm telling you now, if we have a leadership meeting and we come and say, hey, listen, we gotta get prepared. I know the news is saying 4 days, but after me looking at stuff, I'm saying 3. Don't wait for the news. Because if I'm saying 3, I'm not going off the top of my head of 3. I have data that's gonna tell me that something's happening before that. But we wanna always make sure that we're on the west side of the storm. Here's another bonus question. How many stages of the storm do they have? Yes. You put your hand up. Not you. Yes, sir.
5.
All right, you all are all incorrect.
It's only 3.
There's more than 3.
It's only 3.
Starting this morning, it's 6. Yeah, that's a new one. That's a new one. So there's a upgrade now. Y'all don't get caught in what the storm is going to do. I promise you, a strong Hurricane 1 can be as damaging as a 5. The 5 is going to be more widespread, but a 1 can do a lot of damage. So we want to make sure that we get prepared. All right. So normally during a hurricane, we have a code gray. We want to get all the patients out of the houses, get them to their safe location, therapy center, house 1, house 2, house 9. We move patients around. Make sure when there's a code gray that you know where to go. Even if you're at your home, find you a safe zone that you can be in. Typically, like Jason mentioned a second ago, when these storms, you may see it rain real hard, stop, and then all of a sudden the tornado comes right behind it in 10 minutes. So make sure that you prepare for that. This is only where the patients go at the moment. That may change now because we have the females in a different location. But during hurricane season, multiple roads may be closed due to power outages, flooding, all that good stuff. If they are out, there's some requirements that's out. So make sure you have your company badge so you can get through. We are considered to be essential personnel. So, and I'm saying this because some folks are going to use this essential personnel to kind of have their benefits, but you need to have your badge on you or in your vehicle that you use commonly all the time. There may be times where you have to get through a checkpoint. If you show them your badge, they'll let you through. Make sure that your driver's license is valid because they may ask for both. And the description of your vehicle. So a couple, maybe last year, I think, there was a major accident right here on 64. And the only way you can get through was with your badge, your ID, and we had to have your information of your car. And if not, they wouldn't let you through. So we want to make sure that our patients are taken care of. We want to make sure that we're safe. Make sure you know Progressive's company address. It's 12038 Green West Springs, Port Hudson Road. 12038 Green West Springs, Port Hudson Road. If you don't know that, there's some little cards at the tech station that you can grab and have the address on. So what we have to do, if there's a natural disaster, we gotta find a way to get to work. Our patients are counting on us. Unless we have a disaster planning plan. And that plan has all the supervisors. We'll be calling you, we'll be texting you. Answer your phone. Answer your phone. If we don't cancel programming, you don't get a phone call, everything is gonna be normal. You're gonna have a normal day. There are times that portions of Central is out of power and we're not. So we wanna make sure that we are all on the same page with that. Answer your phone. Don't be at home on Facebook and don't answer your phone. Answer your phone. Answer your phone. So here's another reason why answering your phone is important. If you live up north, some of those roads may be closed. We may be able to communicate that information to you much quicker. If you live the governor's mission side, that area floods at any time. So we want to make sure that we find an alternate route so we can get here. Point Road is normally a safe route to get here. If you go across any bridge, there's a possibility that it could be out. So make sure that we know our routes. If I were you, I'll be planning now, hey, how do I get here? What's my best route? And I know some of you are gonna say, well, I ain't planning to come here in a hurricane. All right, well maybe that's your thought process. However, if we do have a national disaster, you still need to know where to go. Some of the major streets are going to go through contraflow. If you're not familiar with that, there's traffic going one direction. You may not be able to go back home once you leave. So start being aware of where you are in your route. I can't see that, so I'm gonna read it out here. So if we have a disaster team. And if you want to be a part of that, this is the sign up list right here. What we do, what you say? Yeah, we can write on the back. Yeah. But what we do in that disaster team, we get prepared. We come here, we bring some clothing, just in case we have to stay. You do get paid. I think I should ask that. Now, why we get paid? You will get paid. We have showers. We have a place for you to sleep a little bit. But that disaster.